Alright, this is part 14. Last I was talking about is I broke up with Axel. And then later on down the road, me and James ended up being a thing. He went on weekend pass, and then robbed someone, so he ended up getting locked up and not coming back. I ended up graduating. Well, I could have had a chance to stay just a little bit longer, like 6 months, and continue to try to get my education. But I ended up just finishing trade and leaving, because, like, I don't want to be there without my man. Like, everything reminded me of him, you know what I mean? I'm definitely skipping over something. My bad. Oh yeah, right around my weekend pass, that ended up being the last time I'd see my dad. We had spent, like, Christmas over with my aunt's place and stuff like that. We played Elephant. That was, like, a family tradition. Mind you, this is the same family that would not take me in. And it's strange because, like, I low-key feel like they didn't give a shit about me. Like, if I ever needed anything, every time that I was down, they were not there for me. These are women who are teachers. And they live in beautiful homes. Meanwhile, I'm out here on the streets. Yeah, fuck those guys. Anyways, so I ended up spending that Christmas there over at aunt's. We were playing White Elephant. My dad got too drunk to the point that he asked me to drive. I was like 17 at the time. And being that I still didn't quite know how to drive, I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this and it's all icy. And so he's like, okay, I'll drive. It's not normal for my dad to ask other people to drive unless he's, like, really, really messed up. So we ended up back at the house. Luckily, we were safe. There's also this time, I was laying on the couch, and, there's, like, here's the couch, here's the back of the couch, here's where I was laying, you know, and then there's a window. And so I was laying towards the window, and then I felt something watching me, and my dad had a dog at this time, and I had turned around because I was like, what? And I seen this figure, and mind you, it was still a tad bit dark, but there's lights coming in from out in the streets, right? It was something like this, but more solid. I turned around, and it was like, you know, where the couch is probably, like, lower. It looked like it was standing and staring right at me, and as I turned to look at it, like, you know, because I'm still laying this way. The head's this way. And I'm like this. And it was probably about that far from me. In my head, I'm like, this isn't real. I'm going to touch it to confirm it's not real. I reached out to touch it. Bro! When I tell you, I felt that and I screamed. I had turned back over and I went like this and I screamed. And my dad came out and turned on all the lights. He's like, what was going on? I'll tell you more in part 15.